All right. I'd like to welcome you all to sit down. Welcome to the Wisconsin Maritime Museum. My name is Leo. I just recently taken over as the Education Programming Coordinator. So if you're a regular at these, I might become a regular face to you as well. Thank you all for coming out tonight. Tonight we have a 45-minute presentation with a 15-minute Q&A afterwards. I'd like to say that this is a free monthly speaker series we hold here at the museum called Think and Drink, where we take in experts from all over the region and have different talks based around a yearly theme. So this year's theme is ice, and as you may predict, this is a presentation on ice cream. So there is another one happening in September and November and October, so on. So they happen on the first Thursday evening of every month. So we'd love to see you guys come back out and join us again. And I will mention that this speaker series is sponsored in part by the Green Bay Packer Foundation. So we couldn't do this without their generous help there. So, but without further ado, I'd like to introduce you guys to our speaker tonight. This is Shannon Simon, and she is the marketing manager with Cedar Crest Ice Cream. And she is going to take us through a magical story of the history of Cedar Crest and tell us a little bit about their recipes and how they eventually get to our favorite ice creams. So hope you guys enjoy. Shannon, take it away.
All right. So I guess we're going to tap in a little bit about Cedar Crest. It's a family-owned business located in Wisconsin and established in 1976. And you guys can hear me perfectly back there, right? Or do you need to yell more? More up? Okay. So here you can see the family photo with the Colway brothers and their parents. So the Colway brothers are still active owners in Cedar Crest. We'll start from the furthest one away to me, and we'll move my way best this way. With Ken Colway, the president. He works up here at Manitowoc, and he manages all the ice cream production, making sure that, it's produced correctly. It's, ups our expectations. He does flavor testing. Sorry, he's closing the door. He's flavor testing to make sure that all the ice cream qualities, products, even from our suppliers, any kind of like ingredients, he kind of manages that. We have Bill Colway, who is the corporate secretary and treasurer. He is the one that kind of handles the budget, where if you need new, equipment, you have to have it approved by him. If I want more marketing budget, I need to go through him to get more budget. And then we also, together, me and him manage the donations. Then we have Tim Colway, who is the VP of distribution. He works down in Cedarburg, where our huge distribution office is. That's where we actually store all our ice cream. So we make it here in Manitowoc, and then we take it down to Cedarburg, throw it in a giant freezer, and then Tim manages all the trucks that come in, whether it's taking it to a parlor, if it's taking it to a retail, and he managed a lot of those trucks going in and out. But we have one office where we hold all our ice cream. That freezer is negative 20 degrees, so we keep it froze. It's hard as a rock. It goes on the truck. The trucks are insulated, so that way that keeps the ice cream cold the whole time they're in transportation. So it's basically, these trucks are giant freezers on wheels. So that way we keep that ice cream cold up until it gets into the store. Then it's in the freezer at the store, or it's in the parlor's freezer. So we do try to keep the ice cream as frozen solid as possible from when it comes from our plant to Cedarburg to retail, or Cedarburg to a parlor, and then they put it in their freezers. And then last but not least, Robert Colway, who is our VP of sales. He's the gentleman that will actually talk to new people that want to open up as a parlor. So, we as Cedar Crest own one parlor, and that is the parlor that you will see by Bernice the giant cow. All the other Cedar Crest serving ice cream shops are actually small independent businesses that happen to serve Cedar Crest. I call them our parlor partners. And then so they'll talk to Robert if they want to become a parlor partner, or we'll have Robert go out to, maybe a new, retail store like Festival Foods to see if we can get our ice cream in their freezers. The Colway brothers, have grown up here in Wisconsin, Cedarburg. They are born and raised working with their parents at a dairy but milk distribution area. So what they did is back in their younger days, they went door to door selling milk, delivering milk back then. However, so they grew up in Cedarburg in the dairy industry, and then as they got older, milk has not needed it to be door to door anymore. We invented refrigerators, and now they can be at groceries, but they still wanted to be in the dairy business. So they figured out that we are going to sell ice cream. So because they grew up in Cedarburg, the hub name of Cedar Crest is actually Cedar Crest Specialties. That is kind of like our overall name, because Mom said, hey, if you keep it vague like that, that means you can do other items other than ice cream. You could do sorbet, you could do sherbet, custard, vanilla, frozen yogurt, and even frozen desserts. So yes, we are Cedar Crest Ice Cream, but we've sold things that weren't even ice cream before. Ken would like to tell you a story. Like long ago, he was selling caramel apples back when, I think he was in his 20s. So after he got this business of Cedar Crest Specialties, he's like, I sold caramel apples. I did the candies, the cookies, but you know what? My niche is ice cream. So the logo Cedar Crest, the name Cedar Crest, is actually apart from Cedarburg. What they wanted to keep, when they think Cedarburg, they think the last covered bridge. So that's why when you see, I always call it a shed, and I got yelled at for it. It's not a shed. It's a covered bridge. But the last covered bridge in Cedarburg is what they use in the logo, because that is what then makes them think of Cedarburg. They wanted to keep it kind of like in the family. The word crest comes from family crest, where they wanted to imply that, they are a family-owned business, and they work with their brothers every day to this day. So here's a brief history of Cedar Crest. So like I said, in 1976, they actually were just a small 2-truck distribution company in Milwaukee. They had an ice cream place called Oak Brand Ice Cream down in Freeport, Illinois, that they were distributing that ice cream to local parlors, local retails. They've had this business for 1 year, and then Oak Brand Ice Cream says, we don't want to make ice cream anymore. So then they're like, well, what are we going to do? We went into this business, and we wanted to be distributioners for ice cream. So they found a place up in Oshkosh where they were selling the plant, and they're like, okay, you know what? Maybe we'll make ice cream and have that for our distribution and sell that. So in 1977, they bought a small ice cream plant. I wanted to say probably the size of this room, and then made their ice cream there. And then they were working out in an office in Milwaukee, and then they would have 2 trucks deliver ice cream back and forth from the ice cream that they made in Oshkosh. Well, as you get good at your job, you get bigger. So in 1979, they decided that they were going to build an office to Cedarburg, and they wanted to really be within Cedarburg to start with, because, Milwaukee is great and whatnot, but it's so narrow, too many streets, too many people. Let's move out to Cedarburg. So they built the office there, and then Land O'Lakes, which is the area that now, Bernice on the front lawn. That area, that plant was an ice cream plant that belonged to Land O'Lakes. But then they decided they didn't want to do ice cream anymore. They wanted to stick to their, bread and butter. So they were like, okay, we're going to sell this, plant factory. And when we heard about it, we're like, well, we're going to buy that. We love it. It's way bigger. We need the space. We're a growing industry. So we bought the plant. And then within, 1994 and 2018, we were building on to our office in Cedarburg. We needed more storage. We needed more warehouse. We needed more freezers. We were building on to our plant, more storage, more freezers, more stuff, more machines. And then today, we distribute ice cream to Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois, Iowa, Michigan, Missouri, and Michigan. That one always confused me. I was going to say Montana. I'm like, no, we're not there yet. But we also have third-party distributors that will somehow get ice cream out to Texas. So in Austin, Texas, you can, at this little tiny one grocery store, you can get Cedar Crest ice cream there. And I know that we've also expanded to North Dakota. So, and there is one place in Montana that does sell Cedar Crest ice cream. It's by the Glacier National Park. So Montana was on the list. So we are slowly expanding. We rely on other distributors to, take our ice cream to their warehouse so that they can take that ice cream to even further. We're not national yet. Is it the dream? We're not sure because, that's a big dream. But we do like the idea that you can get your ice cream. If you grew up with Cedar Crest, you should be able to get Cedar Crest. And we do ship it, but the starting fee of that dry ice is high. So we're coming up on our 50-year anniversary. So what has made Cedar Crest ice cream this successful? I mean, you think about all those businesses that kind of came and go for a while. Well, we're on 50 years. Colway Brothers are still actively within the business, helping us grow. Is it because we're Wisconsin ice cream is why we stay successful? Maybe. Or could we be making our ice cream the old-fashioned way like we've been doing since 1976? Now, of course, we have expanded onto machinery. We have developed, more space, growing. But we use what we call a vat pasteurizer. We throw all our ice cream and ingredients in this vat pasteurizer, who slowly mixes it up, and it takes about 30 minutes to get to the heat that needs that they have fully pasteurized. And I'll play that again too if it lets me. Don't know how. Oh, here we go. Boop. Play that again. So it's this big tank. We have lots of big tanks, by the way. So we throw all the ingredients in there, and it slowly pasteurizes it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to have that go on. So we're one of the few ice cream companies that use this method to make our ice cream. A lot of ice cream companies have decided that they were going to use the fast heat pasteurizing tanks, which will pasteurize ice cream base in 5 minutes. So we still do the whole 30 minutes because we're thinking our ice cream is kind of like a prime rib. You put it in at a low temperature, you cook it for a long time, and it comes out delicious versus, flash heating that steak. So that's why we will continue to do it this way. We believe that by doing it this way gives Cedar Crest ice cream that creamy texture, and we think it also makes it sweeter. So like I said, I hate when some foods are just not made the same as it used to be. And I grew up with that saying too. Every time my grandpa would be like, "It's not how it used to be," and I'm like, "I know." Another reason what would make Cedar Crest a successful ice cream is because we have more than 80 flavors on a given year. So within the span of the 50 years, we've made it probably 300 different flavors of ice cream. We're always making new flavors. Every summer, we will create at least 5 to 6 brand new flavors that we'll introduce to the parlors to have it available for that summer. We are actually testing you guys to see if you like it. And then we decide if we're going to make it all year round. And we also don't make ice cream. The flavors they don't always come from us. We don't make all the flavors. We take your feedback too. So I get lots of suggestions where it's like, you should make a vanilla ice cream with a peanut butter swirl and, put some Heath bars in it. I'm like, that's a good idea. We might consider that. I pitch it to my people. They'll see if they can get ingredients. And sure enough, we could probably make that ice cream. We've made ice cream that was called sriracha at one point. Not successful. Very, very cinnamony, and it was very like the hot sauce really got you. So we were we were open to trying it. We definitely tried it, but it was not a successful ice cream flavor. And we also work with the 4-H, Wisconsin 4-H clubs. Every year we host a contest for them to send me their flavor ideas. I will take the one that sounds so creative, so it's got to have a great name. It has to be made with ingredients that are like delicious. Like, so there are a few out there where it's like, okay, we definitely can't put bacon bits in our ice cream.
No.
But thought about it. But there's some ideas there too where it's like, okay, we have to be able to make it, and it's got to be able to appeal to the majority of the public, because yeah, we make small batches, but we make like 3,500 tubs. That's a small batch to us. So as long as we're able to get the ingredients and we think it sounds great, we will deliver it to you guys. Look at all those flavors that we have. So here's our popular flavors. Caramel Collision is one of our huge favorites. That's caramel ice cream with caramel swirl and chocolate coated mini caramel cups. Caramel. Pirate's Bounty with M&Ms, crushed cookies within a classic caramel flavor ice cream. Daily Grind, I get this one more about the people that are in like their 30s and 40s where they want to eat ice cream, but they want to stay awake because the kids. So this one's a huge favorite just for like them to stay up to, high energy with the rest of the team. And then we have our Elephant Tracks, which is actually the flavor that was presented to us by our customers and fans back when we first hosted a flavor contest. So this one, I wish I could tell you who told me this name. It's an average Joe. And we're like, that's delicious. We'll do that. And then since then, we've been hosting flavor contests, but we've narrowed it down to the 4-H club. So this year's winner is Demo Derby. It is chocolate ice cream dented with chocolate cookie crumbles, smashed M&Ms, and swirled with chocolate fudge. This is our winning flavor from the Sunnyside Climbers of Plover. They decided that this was going to be a great ice cream flavor, and it makes them think of their favorite pastime that they like to do at county fairs is the demolition derby. So that's what this is inspired by. The crushed M&Ms are the car parts after they've been smashed. And then the cookie crumble is supposed to represent that dirt road because they'll have it in a giant arena. And then the chocolate fudge swirl is all the fluids that kind of leave the vehicles after they smash each other. It's not always oil, but they're like, yeah, it's the oil. The oil, the brake fluid, transmission fluid, it's everything. So the reason why that one was a winner is because, well, it sounds fun. 2, I love that they had their inspiration and what, derived this flavor. And 3, well, the way they sell it. I mean, they market it to me and I was like, you're good at your job. So Demo Derby is available in our retail now to this day. And then we'll have Grasshopper Pie coming this fall. All right. So if you can help me save this line, and then we'll get to the questions or more details on things that I didn't touch base, I'll let you. Cedar Crest is the...
Yes.
How did you guys know? So any questions on the history that I could dive more into? Yes?
Tell us more about the cow and the name.
I will. So Bernice has been there even before Land of Lakes have purchased that property. I don't remember, but Ken would know. So the guy that worked there, it was a milking company. And so Bernice the cow is a Guernsey, and Guernsey cows have the ability to produce high butter fat milk and high in protein. So back in the day, in the 1960s, when you're delivering milk door to door, Guernsey cow is the milk that you kind of want your milk to be, or even if you're cream for your ice cream, but it's considered to be the best milk you can get. So that's why she's a Guernsey. So the gentleman that owned the milking company commissioned her because she was a Guernsey, and he was like, I sell the best milk here because I have a Guernsey that represents me. the name is derived because it's named after his mother-in-law's mom, or his mother-in-law. Bernice is named after his mother-in-law. And we're not sure if it's considered to be endearing or an insult. So we are going to say it's endearing. Name of Bernice, because, Bernice just makes the best dishes at home, I guess. So that's where she got her name, and we just kind of passed it down. So her lore went to Land O'Lakes. When we adopted her in, let's go back there. Let's really go back into that history. 1987 is when we adopted her. And we're like, yep, she's Bernice. And we do keep updating, because you have to keep painting her every now and then. So we just take good care of her. We paint her, make sure she's cleaned. And she's, our happy 14-foot landmark.
Yeah.
Any other questions? You in the back?
What's your favorite flavor?
My favorite flavor is Paul Bunyan, which is a 4-H flavor that won last year. So good. If you haven't had it, it's vanilla ice cream with a maple swirl. That's what makes it delicious. Chocolate-covered pretzel logs and Butterfinger sawdust. So again, it was how the name was awesome. I'm like, I will eat any ice cream called Paul Bunyan. But the ingredient selections, perfect. And then the way they sold it, I loved it. These kids are going to places. That's my favorite number one, which is only available at parlors, and we'll only continue to have it at parlors probably within the next 2 years. We haven't really discussed actually adapting it to retail. My second favorite is the Wisconsin Campfire S'mores, also a 4-H flavor that won in 2019, which is graham-flavored ice cream, marshmallow swirl, and peanut butter cups. Now, I do get comments where it's like, well, that's not s'mores. You can't put peanut butter cups in that. Well, the pitch from this ice cream flavor is that their favorite thing to do when they're camping is to actually put a Reese's peanut butter cup between 2 graham crackers and the marshmallow. And they're like, we like these s'mores way better. And I'm like, it's delicious. So that is why peanut butter is in it. And my third favorite flavor would have to be grasshopper pie. I just like the marshmallow fluff. It's delicious. Yes, sir.
Shipwreck.
Which flavor is, or what's in it?
Shipwreck.
Or do you like shipwreck?
I like it.
You like shipwreck. Yes.
How is Robert Kennedy's banning artificial colors going to affect your ice cream?
It's affecting us right now. So we were going to do a full rollout packaging design. I was in the midst of working with the designers and getting that together. And we're going to put it on hold right now because we have to redo all our ingredients and we have to redo all our recipes, and we'll probably have to retake all our photos. So right now we've put a hold on it. We are actively, my quality development team is actively working on figuring out, okay, which ice creams do have any artificial dyes in them, putting them in a list, and then figuring out how can we make that color with something else. We also work with our suppliers who are dealing with the same thing, because obviously, like, we don't make M&Ms that we put in our candy. So we're kind of at the mercy of M&M to change their stuff first before we can fully flush out completely dye-free. But we are actively working on it. It was definitely something that was brought up in January where it's like, yep, we definitely have to make this change. Yes.
Is there a next generation of Colway family to take over?
The answer to that right now is no. We had Luke Colway did work at the company with us. Luke Colway was the vice president of sales. However, he decided that he wanted to kind of move further away from working with his dad, and he took a different position. So as of right now, and I have this conversation with Ken all the time, it's like, well, what are you going to do? You're like almost 80 years old. So the plan is to maybe have it become an ESOP where all the employees will own it, kind of like a Woodman's. Hopefully not to sell it, because then things are going to be cut to scraps. But it's definitely something that I like to bring up because, well, I need to know if I have no job in 5 years. But we talk about it, it's discussed, but as of right now, I do not believe there's anyone specifically within the family that's going to take it over. So it's a conversation. Sure.
Do you keep track of the volume of people that come through your parlor here in Manitowoc at all?
If we do, the parlor manager will have that information. So I work in the office down in Cedarburg, but I can get more information on you. I know that we do go through like 40 tubs of ice cream within a given day. And one of those tubs that we always are running out is Pirate's Bounty and Superman. Pirate's Bounty and Superman. So those are the tubs that we actually end up placing, I don't know, 20 times a day. And then, but yeah, we get a lot of foot track, especially during the summer.
Yeah.
With the high school kids that are out having a ball.
Families.
Lots. Anything else that you want me to go deeper in? Do you want to know how ice cream is made?
Sure.
Sure.
That's a good idea.
All right. So I have showed you the vat pasteurizer. That is the first room that you're going to walk in when you're kind of making the ice cream. So in that particular room, we grab all the cream that we have, and these creams come in giant tanks on trucks. So we put the cream from that into a giant tank. I want to say, well, not probably as big as that building, but they are huge tanks. I forgot if he said that they were like 3,500 gallons.
That sounds about right.
Sounds right. Okay. I know it's a lot of gallons. So we take the fresh cream that we get locally sourced from Wisconsin. We start putting the ingredients to make an ice cream, and we put in that large vat pasteurizer. Then as it gets pasteurized, it goes to sit in another tank. So it sits there for about a day, and we consider that like our base flavor. So we have multiple base flavors. We got vanilla, caramel, chocolate. So when we vat pasteurizing that, that's where we make the base flavor ice cream. So then in the room next over is where we are going to have all the ingredients and all the swirls and the caramel and other flavorings. That's where we'll probably add the artificial coloring to kind of make the color to what we think, when you think, like, okay, black cherry ice cream, a little purple. That's what we'll add the color into there. And then in the room next to that, it starts getting packaged into our giant tubs of 3-gallon ice creams, and then the scrounds and the pints. So it goes from base. I guess you could think of it as like toppings and ingredients. If you're thinking of a sundae ice cream, toppings, ingredients, and then put it in a package where we put in a 3-gallon package, or we'll put in like a small scround. And that's kind of automated. It's kind of cool to see it because you can see the thing coming in, fill it up, and then it's ice cream, and then it goes down the line, gets covered up, gets a plastic film over it. Some of them get paper film over it, and then our employees are just grabbing it off the line, throwing it in a conveyor belt. We have it go through what we call the freezer silicone. So imagine starting at the top of this. Yeah, it goes all the way up. So we take it off the conveyor belt, make sure, it's done correctly, tighten lids and whatnot. We'll throw it into this giant conveyor belt that takes it into this third vertical room, and it goes up in the cylinder. And as it goes up on the cylinder, it slowly freezes the ice cream to a rock hard, solid ice cream. So it goes from a low, I think we start at around 30 degrees that the ice cream is normally in when we package it. Goes up in the cylinder. That's where it turns into a rock solid, hard ice cream cube. It leaves the cylinder, comes down another conveyor belt, and then we actually throw it through a X-ray machine to make sure that nothing that fell off a machine got in there. Nothing that shouldn't be in there is in there. It's quality food. Over the time as we are making the ice cream, we have our quality control department constantly going out and double checking for a bacteria growth, making sure that the ice cream's 100% what it's supposed to be, double checking the ingredients. So we have that constantly. That's there all day. They're out there testing every batch, testing it through a line to make sure that as it gets through the whole thing, it's still the best product that we can produce. And then it goes into a giant freezer. It waits for it can be shipped to Cedarburg. And then when it gets to Cedarburg, it sits in another giant freezer until our parlor partners or our retails order the ice cream. Yes.
How many employees does Cedar Crest employ?
We have about 150. So the majority of them do work at the plant. And that one's probably where 100 of them are. And then we have maybe 60 drivers and sale reps together. So the drivers and the reps, they're the ones that go to each location and they physically take it off the truck and they hand it to the parlor partner, or they'll put it on a crate and then wheel it into the grocery store and then they'll load the shelves. So yeah, 150. And then there's not a lot of people that work down at the office.
Who are your local creamery suppliers? Are they local farmers?
They are local farmers, but it's a big hodgepodge. So that'd be a great question for Ken. But I don't think he knows individual names.
I'm not looking for names, just like where is the cream coming from?
All throughout Wisconsin. So they, those cows, they get milked. And then, however, if they have maybe like a couple farms here and it goes from each farm, I'm not quite sure. All I can just say it's all from Wisconsin. So yes, the red.
What are your specialty products? Doing any right now?
Let's see, specialty flavors or like products.
Do you make any ice cream sandwiches and things like that?
So last year we started making ice cream sandwiches. We have vanilla, black cherry, and peanut butter. And then we also, what else was that? Oh, we also have, last year was also our cake line too, which it was a whole bunch of flavors that you would have in a cake, of course. So you can have your cake and ice cream too. So those are the flavors we came out last year. And then the products that we decided to do. But in order to make new products, we have to have the machinery to do it. So we decided that, we like making the sandwich. I love the ice cream sandwiches. But we still like to stick with scrounds and pints and then the little cups, just because that's easier and it fits in the machine better. Although we do have a great ice cream sandwich machine where you'll see the cookies come and then it goes ice cream in. So we do have a great machine that, but we only have one of those. So you can only make so much ice cream sandwiches within a given day. So it's one of those things where if we're really going to pursue it, we got to have like 6 of them. Yes, sir.
Where do you sell the ice cream sandwiches?
Everywhere. Everywhere that's sold Cedar Crest ice cream. So our main hubs that I know for sure will have the ice cream sandwiches will be your Piggly Wiggly, your Festival Foods, and then a lot of them, I'm not sure their names because they're not really chain names, but there's, what was it called? Give me a second. Oh, this is my computer. That's right. No, that's not right. Starts with the N. I'm so close. There is Woodman's though. There's a Woodman's. So it's basically, and then some Pick and Saves, some Myers. So those ones, it's not all of them. But most of them are a little like small, like retail companies that maybe have 5 stores. That's where we have a lot of them because they're easy to get to. But definitely Festival Foods, Woodman's, and Piggly Wiggly will have Cedar Crest ice cream. Any other questions? Thoughts, feelings, comments?
I want to know the name that you called that kind of tough.
Scround. SCROUND. Those are 48 ounces. They're not quite a quart. So that's why we just call them scrounds. Pints and scrounds. We do have, our sherbets in quarts. There is a thought to do 32 ounces, which I think that is a full 1 quart. But build it in like the narrow shape that they were. So we held off on that so far.
You give tours of your facility at all?
We have a virtual tour online because we get asked that question a lot. So the issue about giving tours is that we do not have a lot of space on our plant. We've done it for Alice in Dairyland just because, she's learning, she could take pictures, she can educate the company, but then we don't open it up to public tours simply because it's very cramped. We definitely can't have more than like 2 people at a time just because of the crampedness. And you have Ken, your tour guide, and then you can have up to 2 people. But it is cramped. They're busy. It's kind of messy because they're making ice cream. So the only time that we could give tours is a day where we have like 1 machine running. And then how often do we have that? So we've decided that we've hired a videographer. His name was Dan, who did a whole from how ice cream starts to how ice cream is made. Beautiful machinery, everything super clean. And then he talks over how ice cream is made from there. So it gives you the idea of how it is. It's almost exactly like being in the plant, except you don't have to go in the freezer that's negative 20 degrees, if that helps. But we do have that online on our YouTube. If you go to our website and scroll all the way down, there's a YouTube icon. That will take you directly to the YouTube page. Any other questions? What's your all favorite flavors? Strawberry? Just regular strawberry, right? Not strawberry cheesecake? All right. Well, before I sign off, this one's a fun fact just about me, not really Cedar Crest, but we are huge supporters of the Manitowoc Library. We do the library summer reading program with them every year, and I always try to promote them as much as I can. So I am a author, self-published author for a new aged epic fantasy book. We're talking elves, fairies, Dungeons and Dragons thing. And you can check out that book that I wrote at the Manitowoc Library. There's only 1 copy, so you have to share. But if you have any interest in it, just let me know. I'll tell you the name. I'll give you a card. But that's it for me then.
Thank you so much, Shannon. We really appreciate you coming out. And thank you all also for coming out tonight. I'll be around for a little bit afterward. Again, this is a monthly speaker series, so if you want to keep these free and accessible to everybody, consider donating to the museum or becoming a member. So becoming a member gets you free admission to the museum, reciprocal free admission with museums all over the country, and then a discount at the store and access to special member programming. So if that's interesting to you, you can come talk to me after the presentation here, and I believe Shannon will be around for just a few more minutes if you have any more questions for her as well. Yeah.
Do you know the topic for the next one?
I don't yet. No, I've just taken over this role recently. I will talk to my coworker though, and we'll get that information out pretty soon. So.
And you will have something to do with ice, though.
Yes, it will. Rest assured. All right. Again, thank you guys so much, and join me one more time in thanking Shannon.
Thank you. Make sure I grab my phone.
No, that was awesome. Thank you so much.
I wish there was a way to make it a longer thing.
Yeah, I mean, sorry.
Oh, did you not get yourself a
No,
root
no,
beer?
I just can't. Love the phone button.
Oh, it's
Oh,
nice.
that is
It's
good.
a perfect one.
That's the only one. That and the coconut explosion and the chocolate chip mint.
Oh,
That
the weird
combination.
ones.
Because we said they always have that one.
Well,
But it's very
Coconut
good. They're all-
Explosion's like a huge hit with I swear to God, like about 50 people come up to me every time and say that's my favorite.
Right, and I tried to
It's
figure it out.
creamy.
But what we like about your ice cream is you have enough product in it.
Yes.
Often you get ice
Yeah,
cream and
no,
there's like, you're
wishing
digging for
you
the,
got the right scoop.
right, the right
We
scoop.
make sure you get
It's
enough of that
blended
flavor.
well.
It's not like counter you get two.
And I didn't know I should say, but I think we would like
Oh, I should have said that.
instead of 7.49. So I bought my first scrounds from the market.
You could call them 48 ones.
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to. I just feel like
So I
that's
just
a
bought my
bigger word.
first two, but my husband and son are new to Wisconsin from California, and they're like, this is the best ice cream I've ever had.
Well, I mean, California, what else can you have out there?
Yeah, yeah, very nice presentation.
Thank you.
And congrats on the book.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Hope you enjoyed the root beer floats.
Talking about the history, and I said, you know, the whole museum is open also. We just wanted to say
Yeah.
No,
Oh, really?
yeah, I don't think I can all the same. It's so cool. Yeah. Oh, yes, they have a whole one. So, yes.
Yeah.
I have this card, but I don't know.
Yes,
Yeah, but we just wanted to see.
Okay, you said you got museum a few years ago, maybe?
Well, no, it used to open in last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dan somehow.
It'll be on our website, so I can find that. You guys have a good night.
Yeah, and he said they could do it right after they get.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we would love
There
that.
was-
We're deciding right now.
So I have a question, kind of a personal nature. Our granddaughter
Right,
is
yeah,
married in
yeah. I
Germany,
agree.
and they're thinking of having
It's like an old part of Wisconsin.
We introduced him to
Yeah.
Bernice.
Oh, yeah.
And they're thinking of having an ice cream
Oh,
reception.
that'd
Is
be
that
a
something
long
like,
time.
like,
Yeah, I'll
do
find
you
his
ever,
name.
like,
Dan something. Yeah.
There are
I'll
some
find it.
parlors that will do the ice cream
All right,
thing,
thank
but
you
you're
so
also
much.
welcome to purchase
Oh, I
ice
appreciate
cream
it.
from us.
Yeah.
But if you have a way of keeping it cold, we can help out. If you need a freezer, I would have to talk to them because we kind of rent out freezers.
yeah.
So I guess it kind of depends on how you plan on doing it. If they are scooping it and they want scoops of ice cream, that takes more work. But we also have the 3-ounce ice cream cups that you don't get flavors.
Yeah.
But if they want to do like little ice cream cups, that's usually one that I usually push the best because you just grab your cup, you grab your spoon, and then you're eating ice cream.
Okay. I'll let them know. This is all in the planning stages,
Sure.
so.
You know what? Tell them to reach out. Go to like our website, and then there's a contact us. Have them kind of give like a spiel there. They'll come to me. I'll see who I need to see on, answering the questions.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
Put your little spiel there.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
I just wanted to tell you that in my opinion, caramel collision is the best flavor that you guys have
That's
ever
a
come up
good
with.
opinion.
And it's better than any other, I mean, it's,
You
I
love
even
caramel,
rather
it's
buy that than
delicious.
to go to Culver's, honestly.
Excellent. Well,
So,
thank you so much. We love hearing that.
doing it right.
So what is in that new flavor that's gonna be in this fall?
The grasshopper pie?
I couldn't read from that back there. You didn't say that. What is it?
What?
Grasshopper pie. So it's gonna be
New
a.
fall flavor.
So it's,
Mint?
well, it's based on when you go to like those supper clubs, you would have a grasshopper drink. So
Okay.
this is kind of like
So
towards
what would be-
that. It's a mint
We
ice
have
cream.
a few kids.
Mint ice cream. Oh, I have a picture here too.
I
I'll
swear
pop it
that
up.
when
I
I
can pop
moved
it up.
here, that cow was black and white.
We painted her. No, I'm just kidding. There is a
There. Mint flavored ice cream. which is-
in North Dakota. There is a giant cow named Sue that is black and white. You could see her from the freeway.
Wow. I
So
had
it's
a
mint
girlfriend
ice
that,
cream with chocolate marshmallow and chocolate crunches. I think the chocolate crunches are like chocolate rice crunches. And that's to give it that pie flavor. I would have been fine with mint and chocolate marshmallow.
so what are we gonna do if they can't grow cocoa beans anymore? Well, there's places that are having a hard time.
I'd be more worried about the women. 'Cause I love chocolate.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
What do you think I do once a month?
And
Like, I
coffee,
eat
that's
once-
another one. They're saying, they're trying to find these new crazy things to replace coffee.
Oh.
Get away from me.
I mean, if you just let the rainforest grow.
Well, really.
Really?
Yeah, we'll have that in September, so give us like maybe 3 more weeks. You should start seeing that at your local
That cow
retail.
came from,
I know.
that cow came in the 60s. It was put there from the guy that had a milking company there.
So it was a milking company before Land of Lakes
Right.
bought it, and it was just a small
What is a
plant.
milking company? Were they just
I don't know.
pasteurized with milk from the farm?
They would collect the milk from the cows and then they would bottle it, like a milking bottle company. So then they were delivering milk door to
So it was
door.
like, okay, maybe years ago it was storage milk.
Almost the same thing about how Cedarburg Dairy was started, where
Okay.
you go to a factory, you get the milks in the little glass containers,
So
and then you do it
Oh,
door to
well,
door.
that's what, in the days of milkmen.
This
you had
is
the glass
1960s. So
containers. Yeah, they still had milkmen then.
I wish we had a milkman now. I hate going to the store and getting milk.
You go there for one thing, you buy everything else.
That's how they get you. That's why you gotta stick
And the
to your
most
list.
dangerous place in the world is the parking lot. Because there are people that don't, it's very small space and people who don't know how to drive.
Do they put the carts away?
No,
No,
yeah,
of
that
course
drives
not,
me
of course
crazy
not,
too.
of course not.
Whenever I'm at the grocery store doing the poppy thing once a year, I spend all my time in between customers putting all the carts away because that drives me crazy. Just too tired.
I'll just leave it here in the parking space.
Yeah, yeah, or right by in front of the
And the
door.
wind takes the cart.
I'll give it a little push toward the
Take
yeah.
the cart from the things outside, and push it in instead of.
And then they have the cart, the container, and there's the small ones and the big ones. And the
Well,
people who can't tell the difference.
I think the big ones go here. They should. Yeah, I
All
get
right,
it.
ma'am. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Somebody. is
Well,
so
he likes
spoiled.
Cedar Crest then.
Like them.
My cats will eat my ice cream too if I leave it out.
It's not working. Hey, I'd be doing the same thing.
Oh yeah. Like I said, my cats eat the same ice cream too, so it's like I have to give one. She's 21 years old.
Oh yeah.
Small amounts. She'll throw it up anyways, but regardless. So she rarely gets the opportunity.
He doesn't throw it up, but if I'm eating anything good, he just stands there and stares at me.
Okay.
And then, like, put your arm up as if you're going to take a bite of something.
Mm-hmm.
And she does this.
No. You
Yeah.
can't have that. That's mine.
To pull it toward her.
Well, ma'am, you ready? I need to get those cans from you.
Okay, but I have to.
All right, well, you have a great evening.
You too.
That's you know what? Oh my god. That is so cute.
So spoiled.
Because it's too short.
I don't know, it's like, should we just make it all that? They're all like uniforms.
And 8 to a table, you said?
Yeah, cause then. Let us do 10 tables, let us have,
But yeah.
yeah.
Just eating it up. Did you need anything else from me?
No, don't think so.
All right. Well, you think your ice cream that you have. I don't want it back.
Thank you.
So I don't know how you're gonna keep it cool in that fridge. Someone's gonna have to take it home, huh? Or do you have a freezer?
Yeah, there's a freezer, I think. This is working on it. She asked to read it as artifacts. And
Okay.
So.
Okay, we'll see.
All right, well then, you have a great day.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shannon. We really appreciate it. These away. You think that these can be at the table in?
Yeah. So I think this will be
Yeah.
better anyways.
Hey.
Like help us set up our tables. All things 10 tables with around 8 chairs. Oh, you might need to shift these a little bit, because now we've really crammed a lot of people in the back, but you know. We're around this one. Yeah, this one, that one. I told Paul that we'd set this up tonight, so he was gonna be here at 5 a.m. Aww. And he was like, thank you.
Did he say anything about his cleanup job on the sub today this morning?
That's me.
He didn't mention it at all.
It wasn't nearly as bad as it was last year.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. I think Ariel was telling me about it first.
You said 8 chairs? And yes. I'm the person now. Stop the fire. There was one table I should not use. But you'll know.
Oh, what's wrong?
It's got tied to it.
Oh,
So-
there's the
Got what tied to it? Oh. Paul told me that there was one that I should not use because he's like, you'll know which one. And I was like, will I? I told him. Not to do.
Now you got something going on here tomorrow morning, right?
Yes,
Okay.
and they're coming in really early.
I say set at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Just wanted to
They
make sure.
said they'd be here at 7, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So if that family needs to come up, I'll just put it in the.
Yeah.
That's my supper. I saw you already have dessert. Whatever you have. Sherry Shepherd.
Regular.
Regular. Oh, close.
I was told to put the other ones away. We did those whole things. Does this one work here? I'm guessing.
Yeah, we didn't do spacing very well.
Okay, we can drag them.
Yeah.
Just tiny baby tables. I think there's more of those down by the kids' room.
We go grab. How many more do we need?
Not many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here. So 7.
Alrighty.
There.
Or go a little bit closer to the window. Just to kind of offset it. From
Yeah.
This one. I also did feel Kevin under the bus while they were doing the tech deck. I was like, our executive director Kevin's gonna be here the whole time. So like,
He will absolutely be able to help you.
or at the very least, people look very concerned. There's something goes
I can't wait to get a phone call. Does one stay here or like, what do you think over there?
I don't know. I wonder if almost that would work.
This is better than that.
Yeah, because
here.
that then, like, there's still room to come in the
Yeah,
room.
yeah, and it's not boom table.
There's the nerds. And all can always move on.
Yeah, as long as they're all out.
Regardless, he's probably gonna go, oh,
This is all wrong. I can't believe I let them do this. Oh.
And it didn't say anything about linens, so I'm gonna assume they're Gouda cheese on that.